Hello and welcome everyone to the launch of Belinda Coniglio's latest, first book in fact, called 6 for Santiago. It has been launched today on the Amazon website. You can buy it, $24.95 at all good bookstores. So it is in fact live today. I first met Belinda, I think it must be 12 years ago or so, at an event, and since then would like to think that I've acted as something of a mentor, certainly encouraged her to write a book, followed her career, quite an extraordinary career. She ends up in the most extraordinary of places. She'll turn up in Milan or Azerbaijan, which I thought was very, very impressive, then back to Perth, and then said, I'm thinking of writing a book about my experience of walking the Camino, in fact. And I have written 6 of these things, and so hopefully I had a hand in how to do it, how to package it and so forth, and the finished product I think just looks absolutely fabulous. I saw a manuscript of it, would be at least 6 months or 12 months ago, long time in production, but it's wonderful to see that out today. My observation, having read the draft, read the manuscript, what I loved about this, I find that it's an extraordinarily, it's a romantic thing to do, not in a Hollywood love sort of way, but a romantic sort of thing to do. This is something that pilgrims have done for centuries, in fact, and walking the Camino towards Santiago, the real one in Spain, and it's never about the actual pilgrimage itself. Of course, it is the journey and the extraordinary insights and observations that Belinda is able to bring to the table of the people that come into and out of the walk. It is absolutely fascinating, and you see yourself in the visitors that cross her path across the on the walk. And from that point of view, I thought it was a great metaphor for life. Very self-development is the way I would describe it. It's a terrific book, a great read. She has a wonderful way with words, well edited, and very much worth every cent of $24.95. I'm absolutely thrilled to support anyone who would take on the ambition of writing a book like this, getting it through publication, getting out. It is something that stays with you for your entire life, and it's a remarkable achievement. And I would like to congratulate Belinda along with everyone else. And with that, I'd like now to pass over to Belinda.
Thank you so much, Bernard, and thank you to everyone who has come here tonight. I don't know if it's going to be in your way, but can everyone see me if I stand up here? Because I almost 3 years ago now, when I came back from the Camino de Santiago, so for those of you who don't know, I was living in Canberra prior to walking the Camino, and I just wanted to be alone, and I packed up everything there, symbolic of my old life, and I had my oldest trekking gear, packed my backpack to go off on the Camino and be alone. And I don't think I really knew what would lay before me and the path that lay before me. Only that when I came back, I knew that I had to do the MBA capstone, so thanks to all the MBA people here as well tonight, which was a journey in itself, and that I wanted to be in Sydney. So I landed my first client, and literally they asked me to start the next day. So Alabache, another big part of the journey. I took the red eye out, having just come back from the Camino from Perth, landing 6 a.m. in Sydney and coming here because I had just been on a detox, and most of you know that I have some pretty specific dietary requirements. So thanks to the girls as well for catering with the grazing plate tonight. So I'd come from Thailand, post-Camino, detoxed, wanting to get a juice, and someone had told me about this place. Only I was still in my trekking gear, I think, because I was pretty much living in it at the time, and I needed to get to the office by 8 a.m. So when I walked in to Orchard Street and ordered my juice, and I asked them for the bathroom, which as some of you might have found out tonight, is actually the pub down the road, which obviously at 6 a.m. was not open. So one of the girls said to me, why don't you just step around to the back and do a quick change? So I thought, oh, well, okay. She said, it's just really quiet, no one will see you. So basically I wandered around, and this is where I was, and I did my quick change, makeup, but something really drew me to this space. So something about this space was an opening of the third eye chakra, as we say in yoga, and it felt like there was energy flowing, and I knew that I had a big 2 months ahead with the project and with my capstone. But the day after I finished my MBA capstone, all that was left to do for me was to write. Now, people had been asking, when are you publishing your Camino blog? I had published 2 on my own website. I started writing. I thought I'll condense it into a series of 3 or 5 blogs, that will be it. That became 8, and I said I'll pitch it to a magazine. But I couldn't stop there, and it became 6 for Santiago, 45,000 words later. It's a story about transformation, and I'll let you read that and find out for yourself. I'd like to thank everyone though who's actually part of that story, and a special shout out to the people who walked with me in Italy, and I hope we're streaming live. I've got some followers in Italy who obviously couldn't be here tonight, but a special shout out to them because it's a tribute to them, and it's a tribute to the 28 days that we spent walking together. It's also a tribute to my family and my friends who've supported me through my MBA journey, because that in itself was a big journey. The book tonight isn't actually available in its hard copy form, and that is part of the Camino journey. But it did go live today on Amazon, and that's what we're celebrating tonight. So what I'd like to do though is read to you a little passage from the book that I hope you will take with you. So when you walk on the Camino, and I started at St. John, you collect a pilgrim passport, and it's a requirement for staying in the albergue, which are the little hotels along the way. And usually you can only stay 1 night, so they're either run by parish or Spanish government funded operations, where you pay maybe 5 or 10 euros and sleep. And what they do is give you a stamp, and each has their own very personally designed stamp so that you recall the journey. And I didn't think much of it at the time because I thought, gosh, I'm just, I'm walking. But it's a beautiful memory to have back. But I do recall one town, Branon, that we arrived in, and it had been raining that day, and it was so cold, but the warm welcome that we received was so overwhelming. They served us tea, they washed our feet. We were sleeping on yoga mats, but that didn't detract from the beautiful meal that was cooked and prepared with so much love. When we arrived there, they said, we are not giving you a stamp here. We want you to take this warm feeling, and we want you to take it out into the world with you and remember us for that. Now that stayed with me for the rest of the Camino, because when it was raining, in my heart all I did was carry warmth. And tonight I want you to walk away with that same warmth and celebrate the journey and being part of my journey. Thank you so much for coming. There's a few special mentions. Thank you to everyone who's walked with me along the way, but the girls who spent this afternoon preparing the grazing table. Alex and Virgin, who shipped the wine across from WA. That's also part of the story, because after the Camino I went on to do many different projects, and it was all part of just walking. And Gigi, who helped me with the glasses, I can't see Gigi, all the different tasks. Oh, actually, especially the special thank yous to Bernard Salt for writing the foreword, who's here tonight, and being here tonight. Thank you. Shivani Gopal and Carol Faroni, who's just been nominated for a Logie Award, everyone. Congratulations to Carol. Yeah, but Shivani and Carol reviewed the book for me. Bernard wrote the foreword. Everyone else who's here tonight has been part of that journey. Thank you so much.
Wonderful.